Hi, I'm Pat and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about extended warranties for the BMW i8. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring that bell because I'll be posting more BMW i8 content. But today, I just want to have a quick discussion with you about extended warranties. I've received a lot of questions from folks asking me, Pat, should I get an extended warranty for the car? You make it look so easy to work on the car. All the maintenance saves me a ton of money. I don't feel like I should really have to spend the money for an extended warranty. And part of me agrees with you. However, I've learned a few things over the past few weeks that made me wonder if it's a bad idea to try to tell people continue to work on your own car because you're going to save a bunch of money. So this video is to tell you about some of the risks and why I think you may actually want to consider an extended warranty for the car. I've learned so much about it that I decided to extend my own warranty. This is a BMW Extended Vehicle Protection Contract. And what this does for me is extend my Certified Pre-Owned or CPO warranty that I got when I bought this car. CPO gives you an additional year of certain protection for the car, and then that way I don't have to pay out of pocket for certain repairs. There's a link in the description below for what CPO covers. So if you bought a certified pre-owned BMW i8, you can read that to see exactly what it covers. Now, my CPO warranty is due to run out in about a month. So I was concerned, can I extend it? Should I be shopping around for third-party warranty companies? Should I just let it go? I mean, if you look at one of my videos that I posted about 6 months ago, I said, have on hand about $10,000 to spend per year of ownership of having this car. Because if you don't, you're definitely taking a risk by continuing to own the car. Well, I think it's actually cheaper to get the warranty. And that is because I want to transfer the risk off of me and off of my bank account to the company that provides the warranty. So for me, I decided to negotiate with my dealer. They gave me a price. I offered 25% lower than that price. They took it. After I shopped around, actually I found another dealer that was willing to negotiate, but I wanted to stick with my own dealer here. I want to give them the benefit. So I did negotiate, I got a good price, and I signed the contract to extend my CPO warranty for 2 years. This is a lot of money, but the amount of money that I spend is going to be cheaper than I have to pay for a major repair. What kind of major repairs am I concerned about? Number one of the things that I've seen start to develop with these cars, it's annoying, is the air conditioning compressor starts to deteriorate and it will start to send metal through the refrigerant lines. The refrigerant lines run through the high voltage battery in the car in order to keep them cool. So that air conditioning compressor, even if you don't run the air conditioning in the cabin, is running when you discharge or charge the batteries. So what does that mean? You may actually have a catastrophic problem with this air conditioning compressor that it can range from $3,000 out of pocket to $18,000 out of pocket. Why spend $18,000 when you don't have to? Extending the warranty prevents me from having to do that. I've also talked with some folks that have problems with the electrical machine up front, and it costs them a lot of money. Some folks have problems with the mid-engine. It's cost them a lot of money. So I had to weigh some risks and some benefits by continuing to take on the risk myself and trying to keep this car maintained versus what I was capable of doing in my garage. And that means that I'm not going to be able to jack this thing up high enough to drop a battery enclosure if I have an air conditioning compressor problem and I need to change the refrigerant lines. It's not happening. So I don't want to spend the kind of money that the dealer is going to charge me. And a lot of these third-party Euro mechanics, they won't touch this car. They say it's hybrid, we don't understand it, we don't want to take on the risk, take it to the dealer. So if you're going to take it to the dealer, it's best just to have a warranty from the dealer, in my opinion, because you can get a lot of things approved for the car much quicker rather than going with a third-party company. But sometimes you may have to get a third-party company involved. And that's because if you have an i8 that's out of warranty and all of a sudden you want to have coverage for it, You need to make a couple phone calls or fill out some quote requests online in order to see what these other companies will provide for you. However, always read the sample contract. They have to provide you with a sample contract. It lists your obligations and what they will cover if there is a problem. For example, if you hear a noise but the part isn't failing yet, they may not cover that. The part actually has to fail before they will even get involved. Or you put aftermarket tires on your car and now they won't cover the car at all. Or you put a wrap on the car, they won't cover the car. So you need to read the sample contract to ensure that you're meeting your obligations so that they will actually help repair your car. Every company has a sample contract, even the CPO or the extended warranty from your dealer. So make sure you ask for it. Also, and of course in the middle of my video, my car decides to run the air conditioning compressor while it's charging, and that is because it's chilling the high voltage batteries. So once this is done, we'll continue with the video. All right, now it's quieted down a little bit in the garage. Let me continue. So after you've reviewed your sample contract to see what obligations you need to meet in order for them to actually perform work on your car, you want to see what's covered and what's not covered. If it's an exclusionary contract, usually you'll say everything is covered except for these items. And sometimes it may say, we'll cover everything except hybrid systems. Well, that's not good because the computers talk to the hybrid systems, and that's mainly almost every computer in the car. So you don't want to have a third-party warranty tell you we're not going to cover the things that are important to operate the BMW i8. So if you're buying a BMW i8, see how much it's going to cost you to extend that warranty on that car and negotiate it. Knock off 20 or 30%. See if they take it. If they don't, you can always buy one from another dealer as long as you still are under factory warranty. If your car is a certified pre-owned and you're in CPO warranty, as long as you're still covered by CPO, you can then negotiate and find a deal in order to extend your CPO either 1 year or 2 years. And then that's it. After that, no more warranty. Or you can go to a third party and you could tell them, I want to get warranty coverage for my car, and they will provide you a certain this many miles or this many years and you're covered. However, some places will not cover the i8. Look for exotic third-party warranty companies. So extended warranty for exotics, those types of companies have policies which will cover these types of systems, typically. So make sure, will it cover everything in the i8? You don't know until you read the sample contract. If you're having a hard time understanding it, remember it's a contract, it's legal. You can always reach out to a lawyer, say, what does this actually provide coverage for? And they can help you out. But it's usually written in a way that you can very well understand on your own. And if you have a question like, will it cover an electric motor? And if it says electric motor isn't covered, or we won't cover anything with a hybrid, or it won't cover all-wheel drive, you're going to be out. That's not going to help you. So make sure you understand this, because when they sell you these warranties from a third-party perspective, they will not tell you this information. They'll give you the sample contract and let you make the decision on your own. So you definitely have to look it over very closely before you decide that extended warranty is for you. So what should you do? You may reach out to me and say, Pat, I don't have a warranty. What should I do? You're on your own. Sadly, you got to do the research on your own. You got to find out exactly what's right for you. Or you can always sell your i8 and buy an i8 that's currently under warranty or under CPO warranty from BMW, and then deal with BMW in order to extend one of those. That's a great option. You don't have to keep the car that you own. You can always sell it and buy another one. So even though that's bad news, and not everybody wants to hear it because a lot of them fall in love with their cars, you may want to consider that. If you get to that point where you need to cover your car, but you can't, sell the car and get something else. I wish I had better news, but this is really what it comes down to. Make sure you have your car covered under warranty, or have a lot more money in the bank than I originally told you about. That 10 grand, you may want to keep 20 grand a year in there if you don't have a warranty. So I think this is kind of sad news. I really expected to be able to own the i8 and provide you with DIY information that can help maintain and keep this car running well. But the complicated systems in it just have me so concerned that I wanted to reduce my anxiety level, and that's why I decided to extend my warranty through BMW. So I suggest you check into it. If you don't have the option and you just own the car and you got a lot of money in the bank and you're willing to assume the risk, go for it. Definitely not a problem. But if you're just getting into this car, you don't have a lot of money, and you want to make sure that your bank account is protected against a serious loss, get the warranty. It will definitely help you down the road. You may not feel that way right now, maybe excited to own the car, but it is highly recommended that you actually do find an extended warranty to cover your car and prevent risk to your bank account. If you have any questions or comments, post them in the comment box below. I'm not going to talk about my specific deal or exactly my warranty covers because that changes over time. Somebody may watch this video 5 years from now and have completely different options, and it may cost them a completely different price. But if you have a warranty, whether it's through BMW or whether it's through a third party, feel free to leave that information below to share with other i8 owners or i8 prospects. It's very important that they see this information. How much is it going to cost and exactly what's it going to cover? So definitely check out the information in the comment box, because if you're watching this video in the future, I'm sure there'll be a lot more comments down below. So thank you for watching, and happy motoring.